All right, man. Let's get to the core meat of this situation, man. Because I'm glad Coco Louis is in here for this situation. Because I really want to, have a lady in here just to address this, and I'm glad that she's here for this. Let's go ahead and get to the shits with the Offset trying to get Cardi B back. So
Puerto Rico.
we all know that at first he made a public apology on Instagram when he pretty much said he was sorry. He embarrassed you. Take me back. What he want for his birthday. Then this past week, he actually got on stage and had to take me back Cardi, this and this. So it became a big uproar of this argument, and people were battling back and forth on social media and other platforms of, he took away her moment. He was totally disruptive. That was wrong. Public apologies don't work and other stuff. So, let me go to you first real quick. Do you think that he was wrong for stepping out there during her show to try to get his woman, or was he right to try to get his wife back?
No, I mean, that's family. They got a kid. I mean, he do whatever he feel like he got to do.
But you ain't see no issue in it?
I ain't see no issue in it.
Okay.
No.
Coco Louis? Take your time.
I think that it is ridiculous what he did. I understand maybe what he was trying to do as far as because I saw he said I embarrassed her publicly. I need to apologize publicly. Okay, cool, fine, whatever. But do not. It's like when you're at your wedding and then somebody gets engaged at your reception. Are you out your mind? Don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Do not do that. So I think what he should have done, maybe at his own performance, not hers. Don't take the shine off her.
That's a good idea.
Do something like that, or at the end of her performance, not in the middle of her. You're taking the light off what people are there for. They're there for Rolling Loud and then to see Cardi, not like this whole thing play out. So that kind of blew me, and it was kind of low-key manipulative. And then what blows me even more is, I'm sorry, because I've just been tossing this around all week.
Go ahead, feel free.
But it's just like the fact that all these men, when it came out like that he cheated or whatever, and she's like, she's done with him, all these different celebrity men want to be like, no, Cardi, take that man back, take him back, take him back. Why does the woman have to take the man back after he's countlessly embarrassed her publicly?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, why do I have to be like, okay, I'm going to take you back? No, because if the shoe was on the other foot, let a female look the other way. Oh, you are cut off. Like, no. So I don't think that anybody should be going back, especially the ones that are out here cheating too. Like,
I think he would have took
business.
Cardi back.
What you think, bro? Go ahead.
He would have took Cardi back if the shoe was on the other foot.
No, I don't think so. And I just think that it just makes it harder because, number one, they're married. Number two, they have a child. Number three, they're in the public eye. So it's like she can't.
That's more reason for her to take him back.
No, she doesn't have the proper time to grieve the situation like a regular female could. Like, she has to live it with everybody and then constantly see it on the blogs, people talking about it. Like, it's a lot to deal with. And then
when you try and get your girl back, time is your enemy. No. We don't know. You need to be suffocated.
So here's
all you
something.
need to do is think about how sorry I am.
Give me space.
And how much. No, you don't need no space. Space is the enemy, because that's when the girlfriends come in and say, no, you good, girl. You good. That's when the single miserable chick committee comes in.
Miserable chick committee.
Yeah. What is that?
Yeah, I never heard that, yo.
It was single chick committee. Single miserable chick. That's SMC.
So let me not to cut you.
SMCC.
Let me just add a little context here. So first of all, Offset is her husband, right? Then they got because remember
documented husband, real husband,
documented husband.
Not
and
a
then
hubby.
If you remember, a few months ago, she signed a QC, right? So they also had the same management.
Yeah, so his
partners. Ability to just be able to walk on stage and come in the show, it's nothing because that's her husband's, right? So when people were like, well, what was security? I just want to put that out there for people who don't know.
They got the same security.
They got the same security, same management, and that's her husband. He can walk in and just come on in. It's like at the end of the What's Love Got to Do with when Ike just walked in the dressing room. It's like that's literally like what it is.
Yeah, it's like a big family. Everything's in house, so of course they're gonna let that ride.
Right. The second thing to that, personally, I do think it was whack for him to come out there during her show while she was performing. No, I do think it was whack because you made the moment about yourself. But I do think
it was about getting her back.
Wait, though, but
it wasn't about him.
I hear that. I hear the intention.
Good job.
But to his defense, him being young, he was conditioned to believe that way because how many romantic comedy movies have we saw where the man makes this grand announcement of I'm sorry, where the woman is at the airport, he comes in her job, he's holding the radio up, to the windowsill and all that good stuff, and we watch these romantic comedies, and so we've been conditioned as men to think that that was okay. You understand? So it is new to a lot of dudes to feel that, if I just say I'm sorry, then it's cool. But I've been hearing that for years from women I was growing up with, like, this came into my job, that's some bullshit. Like, so I understand he was in desperation. It sounded like the move said to me, your wife is famous, and the last thing you want is for your wife to be seen with somebody else, and you're trying to help me get that spot back. Like, you don't want your wife, who had just said a few weeks ago she wanted to suck your dick on IG so good, you don't want her saying that shit to nobody else. And so you want to go in there and close that gap and let everybody know that you still gonna be present. When in all actuality, you should just kind of just gave her time because she looked mad uncomfortable.
I mean, that's a deep dark secret nobody wants to hear. But
she did tell everybody calm down. So what do we say to that though?
She had his back. So I mean, she still want him.
Go ahead, Coco.
No, it's not a thing of her still wanting him. It's just like she said, like, because I saw what you're talking about, J. Hall. She's just saying, like, you got people, the fans or whatever, going at him. That doesn't make her feel better. It doesn't change the situation. Doesn't change how she feels about what happened. Like, she still is trying to process everything. And, she just needs everybody to relax. Whatever she chooses to do is for the betterment of her and her child. So just relax.
And recently, I don't know if we saw Joe Budden doing their live podcast. He proposed to Santana. Right? And everybody was praising. So people were bringing the argument that was a contradiction because that was a public proposal or that was a public display of affection and sense of that nature.
It was his stuff.
Go ahead.
His stuff. It wasn't Santana's thing. And even if it was, still, that's still a little touchy because
the Chicago Bear Bear did that also too after the game when he proposed to his girlfriend.
Right. It's their stuff. It's not the girl's moment. That's just like me and my friends will talk about, like, oh, like if you were to be, the girls that end up getting engaged, like during their graduations from like getting their degrees, their master's degrees or their bachelor degrees. And it's like, it kind of takes away because it's like, you're celebrating that you just, this big milestone. Now, yes, you're getting engaged. That's a huge milestone too. But it's like, allow me to celebrate in all of my black girl magic. Like,
it was real uncomfortable during the Olympics when they were showing men damn near run up to women who just crossed the damn finish line, holding the ring while the woman is still like holding her breath. Like, that was uncomfortable to watch.
Second, like, give me a second.
Well, for y'all to say all that, Offset and Cardi be in Puerto Rico right now.
They
having
are
fun, making another baby.
That's fine.
So it worked. It worked. Exactly what he did. It worked. It was fine. I don't care what y'all say. Good job, Offset. Time is your enemy. In that moment, you suffocate.
It doesn't mean that it works. She's human.
Worked.
She's human. She don't want to sit on another dick. She doesn't want to sit on another dick right now. So she's going to sit on the one that she knows and that she owns.
One, baby.
Is she going to sit on it with that hat that you wearing right now?
I don't know. Well, her booty fake, so I don't know.
It ain't little, that's for sure. But I just don't understand why. I'm talking about Cardi's, not yours. But you should be wearing a hat. But anyway, I'm saying, I don't know if we can necessarily act to your argument. I don't know if we can always go by the victim person in the situation because they're okay with it. Because there are a lot of people who are okay with things, and they may not consciously recognize that how they're being treated is not the correct or proper way, right? It's like a woman who's getting beat, right? She might tell you everything's fine. We can't go by the fact that the victim is saying, okay, cool. I think at the end of the day, that's still someone who she got feelings for. She loved.
I just said,
but that don't mean the display itself.
Offset. He got his girl back. He got his family back.
But
you never want to break up the family.
But my question,
you shouldn't be doing nothing to get the family broken up.
But women are a lot of times, I think and this is something I had to get my ear pulled to. Women have always been like sometimes okay with certain things that we do, even though they're uncomfortable with it. They've been conditioned with us men when we do something to be like, girl, you better go ahead and take them back. Okay, that don't mean it was right. Just because we got what we wanted at the end.
I'm sorry. That just comes from because I talk a lot about this with my friends or whatever in my other podcasts, but that just comes from the type of upbringing that you have, the self-love that you have for yourself, and then your mindset. Like a lot of women, sad to say, they don't want to be alone, so they'll settle. I'm not
so
settling
you think
for
she's
nothing.
selling for Offset? He got bread. I don't know. That's a bad settle.
It's not
she got
selling.
bread too.
It's not selling as far as finances. It's selling as far as
really
emotionally. Like, you want to keep going back to somebody that's just going to keep repeatedly over and over cheating on you.
Okay.
It's like it's not. He's going to do the same thing over and over. Now, if he changes, some people do change. If he changes, I need you to show me that. I need you to prove that to me. But it's just like for the women that go through and the man never changes, it's just like, no.
So in reverse of that, does Cardi get taken back? Like if the situation was reversed and she did the same thing, do we make the same argument with Cardi?
If she was to do it the first time, guys wouldn't even think twice about taking her back. But I think that if we're going to stick to that narrative, if she got to take him back because he's, apologizing and he's begging and pleading, then it needs to be the other way. If she was to do the same thing and step out and she start begging and pleading, then he need to take her back.
So would we be upset with Cardi if she interrupted Amigos show when she did that? Would we be upset at Cardi?
Here's the double standard. It's a female, so it's like,
it's a double standard now. It's a double standard.
It is. I'm not afraid to say this a double standard, but that's because men are very misogynistic, and men are very misogynistic, and you all feel like you just gotta have things your way, or it's just the whole.
Coco, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was rocking with you until you said that point. I'm with you that it is a misogynistic situation with that, and you are all correct about that. That it is misogynistic. But my point is that if Cardi would have did it, I think that's still wrong too, because I don't want a girl interrupting me at my job, saying take me back. The reason why I felt what the women were saying when they were saying that was intrusive and that was wrong is because I identify with that. I don't want you coming to my job telling me some take me back and publicly stating to everyone that you want me to take it back and making me feel all the pressure and everything like that. Like, I don't want to feel that way. So I don't think it would have been okay with her. But I think she would have got slaughtered way worse than Offset did, her being a woman.
Come to my job, beg for my forgiveness. Beg for me.
You just like that admiration.
Yeah, beg for me.
You just want that attention.
Stroke it.
You see, you
every
take
way
it.
possible. In every way possible.
If she had cheated on Offset as many times and alleged that he cheated on her, do we tell Cardi do we tell Offset to take her back? Are we saying the same thing? Or is that a double standard? We just say leave her alone and he was dumb for wifing up a stripper?
What you say?
Y'all gonna do a double standard. Y'all gonna be like, no, don't take her back.
But do you feel like he would have? I'm asking your personal. I ain't saying what the society would say. I'm saying, would you feel like if the situation reversed, Offset should take Cardi back?
No. I mean, I can't even speak on Cardi taking Offset back, because that situation is, we can say what we want because we're not in the situation, but everybody has been in a situation where it comes to the matter of the hearts, and only you know what you're willing to stand for and deal with. So I can tell her, Cardi, I don't think you should do that, or because your child, I think you should try for the sake of your child. I don't know.
Is cheating a deal breaker for you personally?
Yes, it is.
So you're not gonna forgive nobody not one time?
No, I did that.
Try? Not even on the first time?
You gotta let them get the first try.
I've dealt with that in my past already, so I know what that feels like. I don't want to ever feel that again. So it's like, you can do whatever to me. Just do not lie to me and do not cheat on me. Because
what else is there to do? Beat you?
No, you can.
Yeah, you gotta be a little bit more clear. You told me you can do whatever to me. I'm like,
no,
what?
I'm saying you there are other things that I'll probably try to work with you.
What else is there that's even worse than cheating but beating?
There's nothing else to do.
What is worse than cheating that you would work with?
Not being supportive.
Not take out the trash. That's what you going.
No, for my dreams and things I'm trying to do. If you're always trying to sway me, why are you doing? You're not being supportive. You're not there. You're always busy. There are other things that I could work towards, or if we have issues
but
that
not
we
being
always
supportive is not a sense of betrayal, though. We talking about what aligns with betrayal that you would forgive that's not cheating.
Nothing. It's just I'm just saying, just don't do that. If you feel like you gotta lie to me, and lying could be whatever. It doesn't have to be about lying about messing with somebody. Lying could be whatever. You could steal from me. Don't if you do no.
So if I say I slept over X's couch last night, but really I slept over Johnny's couch last night, we done? Is what you're saying?
Still a guy.
We done? Because you said lying. No, I'm not even trying to mess with your mind. I'm really asking.
No, I'm just saying, of course it is all situational, but the lies that are super detrimental, do not do that. I don't like people to lie to me. If you tell me one thing, then I'm all right, whatever. But if it comes out that it's something else, or you lied about something else, then depending on how heavy it is, we can either work through it or we cannot. But just know, if we do work through it, I'm going to be looking at you sideways. So I have to tell them, are you lying to me now? I don't have time to deal with that.
So I mean, I don't want to try to get in your business too deep though, but you know,
I will.
Like, like, what was your longest relationship?
5 years.
Okay, 5 years. And how old was you in that relationship? I'm not gonna ask you how old you are now. I'm gonna say how old were you when you were in that relationship? From what age to what age?
21 to 26.
Okay. And so the deal breaker was that he had broke up because y'all broke up because he cheated?
He cheated on me with a coworker.
Okay, he cheated with you. Was the coworker your coworker or his coworker?
Our coworker.
Oh, so y'all worked together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and how long were y'all working together?
For a cute little minute. Maybe like a year or two before we started dating.
Okay. So y'all all had been knowing each other at this workplace for a while.
No, me and him we worked at first. The girl, she wasn't new, but she wasn't old neither.
Okay.
Like she had been there for maybe like a year or two, and that was like going into year 3 for us.
Okay.
Dating.
And you found out,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then when you found out it was the girl. Did you find out that he was cheating, or you found out it was the girl at the job? You found all that out at the same time?
I found all that out at the same time.
Okay.
At the same time, and the crazy thing was, me and the girl, we were cool.
Was that the only time where a guy had cheated on you?
No.
That had impact on you like that?
Impact on me like that? Yeah.
Because I'm only asking because could it have been the impact of the fact that you were betrayed by 2 people, the girl that you were cool with, betrayed by him, and the fact that it was at your job and it was an embarrassment? Could that have added in the element of all of that?
No, it wasn't.
To why
that.
you feel like it's a deal breaker?
It was because prior to her, like we had another infidelity issue, but it wasn't as deep as that one.
Oh, but you have forgiven.
Yes, and that's why I said I will never do it again.
So
that's why I said. After
so you're saying
him,
moving forward?
Yes, moving forward, I will not. I won't tolerate that. That's why I said, like in my past, I did that.
Well, he deserved it. You gave him a second chance. I get you on that. You had us thinking that when you do something like that, you're done and you're not even going to go through the process of forgiveness.
No, moving forward because of that
So
situation.
the next person, if they make a mistake, they only get one?
Yes, because I'm very upfront and honest with mine. Like, I'm going to
at least give me the plea deal.
No, I'm not doing that. We're too old to be playing these games. If you want to be out here messing with
what is too
Barbara
old to be playing
and
these
all
games,
of them,
really?
I'm too old to be playing these games with you.
Okay.
I'm bringing all of this to the table, and I'm not playing these games. If you want to be out here talking to this person, you tell me that up front and allow me the opportunity to say I still fuck with you or I'm good on you.
What about the PBJ, probation before judgment? I need something.
No.
Is that a deal breaker act? On the reverse side, as a man, is that a deal breaker for you?
On the reverse side, see, we're not even gonna get into that because we're gonna stay on the women's side of it. I'm
saying like, is it?
We're gonna stay on the women's side. You always trying to flip it to the side.
Because I want to know, like, is that a deal breaker for you as a dude? Do you think the rules apply the same? I'm not talking about how we are in society because we already know that society is way less forgiving to women.
Double standards in life.
But what I'm saying is, do you think that there's some truth to that? You think it's different? You think as a man, you're owed a little bit more forgiveness versus the woman? It should be none.
I do think so. Here's why.
Go ahead, brother.
Because men can be completely detached emotionally from sex, whereas though females cannot do that.
Then I must have made some wrong choices. I know some women who were definitely detached from my ass, or I must suck. Because there was definitely some women who was emotionally detached from me. That's for sure.
But it's an emotional thing because there's women sometimes a lot of times.
Are we still believing that, bro?
When women want sex, they want the comfort too.
Are we still believing that? Like, no, I'm really asking. We still believing that?
Are we still believing that? I do
that
believe
women
it.
Can't have sex without being emotionally
I'm
attached?
not saying they can't. I'm not saying they can't. But, okay, I'll go. I'll keep going.
Go ahead, go.
I'll say a good.
Don't get scared because we got guests now.
I ain't scared.
Do like how you do. Ain't nobody in here.
No, I ain't scared. Nothing. I ain't never scared. I will go. 80 to 90% of the time, there's some type of emotional attachment.
When it comes to women,
when it comes to women and sex,
so these dudes don't be having these emotional attachments, son. These dudes be out here freaking out. They be out here killing everybody who they see attached to their girl.
But I'm saying, if a guy cheats,
okay,
it could be just a physical thing when he just goes, it's like, he hungry. Go grab something to eat from over here.
Okay.
And then I take my ass back home.
Okay.
That could be it. Whereas if a woman does it, it's a little bit different because it's more than just the physical. It can be an emotional comfort as well.
I don't know, bro. I think these dudes out
here.
So
I'll let you go ahead and take the floor because I know you got something to say on that.
Because that's not always true. Women can detach.
Not always true. You said not always true, but the majority of the time
that's not true. That is not true. Women can detach. It's okay. I'm cool.
No. I was about to say, I didn't mean to cut you off because I was just going to say that I have a hard time really believing that because we're always seeing on the news these dudes be having these emotional outbursts and reactions whenever they catch their girl even sniffing at somebody. When you beat on your girl, that's an emotional reaction. If you catch your girl cheating and you kill everybody in the room, it's always the men that we are seeing it. So the fact that it's either somebody's lying. Either everybody's emotionally attached when they having sex, or like men are more emotionally attached, but I don't know if I can, stick with that one as far as I think we need to stop believing that women don't have emotional attachments with that.
I think that
But there's a good chance they might though.
Everybody has emotional attachments when having sex, and I think that guys, as women, we are manufactured, if you will, to be in tune with our feelings.
Even my condition has been conditioned.
Yes. Whereas we're conditioned, that's the word I was looking for. We're conditioned to be, emotional and in tune with our feelings. Whereas with men, you guys are taught, to provide, do this, show no, feelings or whatever. And so it's just like when you guys get these feelings, you don't really know how to process it, if you will. And then it's like, it's just an abundance of them. So it's like when you find yourself being vulnerable and, really putting it all out there on the line, and then something happens, whether the girl messes up or it just doesn't work out, like a mutual thing or whatever, like it doesn't have to be infidelity, it just doesn't work out, then you hurt, and then you don't really know how to process it, and you just act like whatever, because you be butt hurt when somebody hurts your feelings.
That's real.
But it's like with women, like men hurt a lot harder than women. We just show ours. We know how to process it because that's how our
I think it's still somewhat match up, because men might have sex with 6 girls, right?
Mm-hmm.
But only care about the one, right? A woman might, and I'm just saying this loosely, she might have sex with one guy and care about the one guy, right? That one guy might hurt her. She feeling impacted. That guy, he ran through 5 women before that 6th one hurt him. He's impacted. But it looks like the man has been doing, or he can perform without being emotionally attached. But it might be because he might be more active. Because to what you were saying earlier, we've been conditioned. Like, I was never sexually suppressed. Like, I was always encouraged to jump out there. My brother snatched me up from playing with toys and was like, no, you need to go be with some women. And tossed me, and literally physically tossed me in a circle with women, because the homophobic era in the black community was rich back then in the 90s. So he was like, you gonna talk to some bras, and he was tossing me in circles with girls. So I was damn near encouraged, even when I probably wasn't even ready, to get out there and get as many women as possible until I settled down, per se, versus my sister, who we're only like a year apart, was always told what not to do, because if she doesn't, she's not gonna get the reward of marriage. And that's how it was so-called preached to her. So I say that I think we need to get rid of the stigma that men aren't emotionally attached. But to Ax's point, if they're not emotionally attached, it might be more likely, because we might be more active in that sense of being okay with everything. But when we do find that one that we are attached to, there isn't a reaction. And because we're not used to dealing with our feelings, like you say, our reaction be fatal.
Well, like I said, that's the one. That's not everyone.
But women, a lot of times, they not running through 4, 5, 6 guys to get to one like the way we normally are. So which one is it? Either they are, so they're in love with all 6 guys they're having sex with in that month. Like, which one we saying?
They have an emotional attachment to those guys.
To all 6. So
No, we don't. First of all,
I'm only laughing because I'm looking at Ax's face as he just left the mic and she snatched it from him.
I'm sorry, but this is not speaking on me, because I don't do.
Speak.
No. I'm just saying I don't do things like that. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, oh, I'm different, but like legit, I'm literally. If you do listen, shameless flex of the honest truth, I'm literally like the most innocent one out of everybody.
You the most innocent out of all the hoes.
You the least hoe out of all the hoes.
The least hoe out of all the hoes. In your context, you the least hoe out of all the hoes.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So
she said it, not us.
Proceed.
None of us are hoes, but I don't really do too much. I'm really like
that's
a grandma.
Hashtag. None of us are hoes, but here go the hoes. Go ahead.
I'm like the grandma, but it's just like, some girls, they have a roster, just like guys have a roster, and that doesn't mean she's attached to each and every one. Like, she may like one or really feeling one, but she gonna keep her roster for whatever she may do. I don't have a roster. I can't juggle. Shout out to men and women that can juggle, because I cannot.
I don't mean you don't try, but go ahead.
No, I don't try. I don't have time. I'm locked in with just whoever I'm dealing with. But people have rosters, so just because it's like 6 dudes here don't mean that she's loving all 6 dudes. And just because it's all 6 dudes here don't mean she's hitting all 6 dudes or letting all 6 dudes hit her. One could just be solely for food. One could be solely for dick. One could be solely for taking me to the movies. Like, now that is something that women do. I don't know if guys do that, but we will have like, oh, that's the one that's just going to take me out to eat.
I'm going to be 100 with you.
Myself, we do that, but not like that.
No, I started doing it later in life. I didn't do it early. When I got older and I got lazier, I did start using women for certain things. Like, you my chicken girl. You my this is the you know, when I'm sick, she brings me the medication, you know, the pills girl. You know what I mean? She stops at CVS girl. So I started doing that when I got older, but I did realize I was being used for that when I was younger. But it didn't hit me because, to your point, I was emotionally detached, but didn't understand that I was the movie guy. Like, I'm the guy you were to the movies with. But the first time I had an experience with a woman and it was direct that she was emotionally detached from it, it took me for a loop because no one prepared me for it. Luckily, I had already saw Boomerang and I knew I was able to identify it. But I was like, yo, she really just left. You know what I'm saying? Like, she really just left. She called me a cab. Had the cab waiting downstairs and everything. I was like,
where's she at though?
I know, right? Now that I'm older, I understand. I wish I had been a little bit more hip.
Appreciate it.
But I was too young. But
less lip, more hip.
Listen, to bring it all back together, like you said, Cardi and Offset, they might be working on the baby right now. We all know that they're not done yet. That is
just
the
like
point.
the album.
You said what?
Culture 2, just like the album.
Culture 2, just like the album, right?